Welcome to School of Miracles. I'm Heather Scavetta. And as always, we are here to talk about the spiritual path and all things related to it. So in the podcast today, I wanted to talk about our experience in time, but also just in general, our experience of life. So I know you've noticed that with some activities, time seems to go slow. Other activities, time goes fast. And for some activities, it doesn't seem like there is any time. I know when I was teaching in my studio for many years, I kind of made a joke that there's no time in the studio because we are always working with spirit, and it just felt like there was no time. I did not put a clock up there either. So we were in the experience and it just really transcended time. And so when we're thinking about life and our experiences and what we want to get out of life, we can be aware of how we feel, because it really is about feelings instead of what we think about things. It's how are we feeling in the experience? How are we feeling in life? How are we feeling in that moment? And we don't have to spend too much time on that, but we do have to be aware, because I want to be aware of how I'm feeling so that I can assess the situation or make sure I'm listening. If spirit wants to tell me something, I want to be in the present moment so I can experience it fully. And so when we're thinking about choosing activities in our life, we can also notice those things that we do or the way that we are when time doesn't exist or it goes very quickly. And I know there's this joke among people who have horses and who go to the barn that they can say, I'm just popping down to the barn, and before you know it, they're gone for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Because they love it so much. They love being with their animals. They love being in that environment that they just get lost in that moment because they're just experiencing it and enjoying it. And it's an indication of how we can choose how we spend our time in life and to do more of those things when we have those experiences. So I know when I'm teaching about spirit and I'm working in this capacity, I lose track of time. I don't know what time it is. I don't know how much time has gone. And this can also be true with most creative endeavors, because when you're in a creative mode, you are in the presence of that divine connection. Because of course, all creativity comes from the divine, comes from that realm. And we can access that by opening up that portal, by asking spirit to assist us in our creative endeavors. But also notice that when we're in activities that transcend time, that we are in that mode. We are with those who are not in time. God doesn't know anything about time. Time is an illusion. It's an experience for us for certain reasons, but God does not experience time. So think about when you're in activities where you lost track of time. Can that be a creative or joyful experience for you? And we know that when we're in situations that are difficult or stressful, time can seem to drag, or where we're not utilizing that connection, we can feel that drag of time. So we also have to think about when we are deciding on what activities to do or goals to set and this type of outlook. We tend to be very focused on accomplishments and goals and needing to get something done. And yes, we want to be productive. Yes, there are certain things we have to do and get done. But what I'm talking about is those personal endeavors where we want to reach that goal, where we want to feel accomplished. And that can bring about a lot of pressure and stress on us. And when we notice that happening, we can let go of that need to accomplish, to achieve a goal. And instead, can we look at life as an experience? Everything is an experience. Life is an experience. Instead of what am I going to get out of this? What goal am I going to get? What certificate am I going to get? That type of thing, that type of mindset. And instead, view life and what we choose to do through life as an experience. It's just an experience. And in that way, we don't have to worry about failing at life because you can't fail life because life is an experience. Everybody will have different experiences for different reasons. And if you look at life that way, you can see that nobody can fail life. And we've heard many messages from Spirit talking about life here and how everyone who transitions back to the other side has been successful at their life. And this can be one reason why, as we look at life as an experience instead of a goal to achieve. So when we feel anxiety about the future or making decisions about our life and what we're going to do or not do, can we instead change our mindset about it and decide that we are going to experience life? It's just an experience. That's all it is, just an experience. Let me try this, let me try that, let me do more of that. Let me align myself with my truth. Let me be authentic. You know, there's a study that was done about authenticity and how it seems to radiate the most light, the most, like the highest vibration of energy is, we would think it's joy. It's actually authenticity. And so we need to understand what that feels like to be authentic by experiencing life. That helps us to understand. So when we're being our true self, when we're aligning our activities and thoughts and whatever we do to the truth of our being, we are also radiating light and creating a good atmosphere, good vibes, if you want to say. So there's lots of clues how to walk the spiritual path in a way that will bring us more satisfaction, less anxiety, less worry. Yes, we're all going to have challenges, and this is part of the experience here. But when we do have choices, we can make choices that bring us that sensation of time being suspended and know that we are in the flow of life and we are with our ancestors, our spirit guides, the divine in that moment, because this is what no time is. When we meditate, we have the experience of no time. We have no idea how long we've been meditating or have even the sensation of time passing. And so that can also be our experience in prayer as well. When we are in prayer or offering ourselves up, offering our activities, that can help us also experience that no time. So if we take the clues that Spirit gives us, we can walk our path in a way that more and more brings us that sensation of how time is. And in so doing, we will also experience less anxiety, less worry, and less pressure on ourselves. Some of us are harder on ourselves than others, but for the most part, our worst enemy is ourself. And so can we do more of those activities where we know we're connected? And for sure, that's going to bring us a lot of joy. So it's so different for everyone what those things are, but notice them. I know when I also teach group fitness, and when I'm teaching the fitness classes, I want to start on time to respect people and the fact that they came to the class and they have other things they need to do after the class. So I like to start on time. But I often make comments, the class is an hour long, but I often make comments that, oh my gosh, we're just rushing through this. But truly, 40 minutes has passed already, but it just doesn't feel that way. Because, not for me anyways, because I'm having such a good time. I'm enjoying it so much. I'm being in the present moment, which really, really helps us transcend time. And so if I take that as a clue of what I can do in my life to bring me more joy, I can be assured that teaching fitness classes for me is something to do more often or as much as I can. And to also recognize those times and appreciate it. It's like, wow, I'm really doing something I enjoy. Hopefully I'm helping others at the same time. And just the beauty and the wonder of that. And so for me, it can be doing what I'm doing right now. I have no idea the passage of time when I've completed my thoughts on this podcast, it ends. I'm not bound by time saying it has to be this long, that long, whatever, because that takes me away from the flow of the energies. And I want to keep that portal as wide open as I can to receive and give back to Spirit. So think about and feel time and how it speeds up and slows down and that perception that we have. And let it help you make decisions moving forward. So I hope this message today was helpful, and I thank you so much for listening. And please share this podcast with your friends. And thank you so much.